If you find ketchup, ginger, or even Maggi chicken seasoning spicy, please click away from this video. So there are three types of people. Those who drizzle their pepper all over their food, those who put a little dollop on the side of their plate, and then there's people like me, who empty out all of the pepper sauce in the stash onto your plate and have it looking more red than the Trinidad flag. So in order to stop having to empty out bottles upon bottles of pepper sauce every week, I came up with the perfect, hottest Trinidadian pepper sauce recipe that you will love. And for those of you who, like me, love peppery and spicy food, this will be the perfect way to season anything, like absolutely anything. You could use it with your green seasoning as well, because it'll just be so flavorful. So here we go, the perfect pepper sauce recipe. I spent a lot of time into putting this combination of peppers and other ingredients together so that it could become the most, like the highest quality you can ever get pepper sauce. Yeah, okay. So without further ado, let's get into this recipe. So here are my simple set of ingredients that you're going to need to make this perfect pepper sauce. I have here a cup of white vinegar. I have 2 limes. You could use a lemon, you could use lemon juice, because all we're going to do is take the juice out of these. I've got about 10 leaves of Bandhania or shadow beni. If you do not have this, you could leave it out, or you could use coriander, but I guess it won't really be the same. I've got a whole head of peeled garlic here, 2 teaspoons of salt, and you could use this according to your taste and your preferences. If you don't like to add salt, then don't add any. And I've got here a blend of peppers straight from my garden. So I've got some red scorpion tail peppers, some yellow scorpion peppers. I've got these brown looking weird peppers. Shout out to Tanti Pepper Lady who sells peppers at the Quasi Market in Sawa, in Trinidad, who gave me these peppers, and I brought them back and I was able to plant some and get more. And these are the ever popular Guyanese cherry peppers, or wiri wiri peppers as it's called. And I've just got about 50 peppers in this little bowl here. And this is all we need to make our pepper sauce. And of course, a food processor. So let me just grab you a closer look at some of these peppers so that next time you go out to the market or anywhere to purchase them, you know what to look for. Okay, so now for the next step, and from here going on forward, you need to make sure that every piece of equipment that you have is thoroughly clean and properly dried, with exceptions of obviously your food processor or your blender, because once it goes into this jar, any bit of water that gets into it can completely spoil it. So now we're going to go in, and you have to make sure that you rinse out everything with vinegar or bleach or something and rinse it out clean, so that there's just no particles or anything where mold or any bacteria can grow onto and start accumulating. So now into the food processor, I'm going to go in with like half of the peppers and the bandhania and the garlic. I'm going to go in with the salt and about half of the vinegar. And now we can start to blend. So I've gone ahead and turned on the settings so that it will keep blending where I won't have to press the button. And I've opened the top and I've just started to throw in all of the rest of the peppers as well as the vinegar to blend this into the pepper sauce. So all I'm left with now is the cherry peppers and the other half of the vinegar. Once you feel that you're almost done, you can go in and go around the sides and just scrape off all the larger pieces of pepper, bandhania, garlic, whatever, and continue blending. And now our last ingredient, which will be the juice of the 2 limes, and then we could just give this a final pulse to blend it all together and incorporate it. And now we will use some jars that have been cleaned and thoroughly washed and, if possible, sanitized. And we will pour out our pepper sauce into these bottles. So there you have it. We have our pepper sauce ready. Now, it is important that you do not use a metal container of any sort, or using a metal spoon to use it, or even a container with a metal lid, because here's one that I made a couple weeks ago, and these black marks are from the splashes of pepper, and as you can see, it burnt right through the metal. So at this point in time, you could do one of three things. You could use it as it is and keep it in the fridge, but I do not advise doing that because the pepper is a little way too strong to be using it right now. You could do two other things. One, the more traditional approach, and what I will be doing is I'll just be putting it in the sun every day for about 3 to 5 days to just make sure it cures properly. And you'll notice that it'll go a little darker in color, and if you were to smell it, it won't smell as strong. You'll get the scent of the pepper and everything, but it will not burn your nose like a fresh pepper would. It would smell more like a real pepper sauce. Another thing you could do is and this is why it's important to use a glass or a very high quality container. You would boil a pot of water and you would rest these in the water just where it doesn't go over the actual cover in case any water seeps in, but you would boil it for about 2 to 3 minutes to make sure to kill off any impurities yet again. So those are just one of two ways to be doing it. I will be putting it in the sun all day and then taking it back inside for the nighttime and then repeating this process for about 2 to 5 days, and your pepper sauce is completely ready. So now, all my pepper lovers, tell me in the comments below where you will be using this pepper sauce and what you will be using it for. And until the next time I decide to post a video, I'll see you then.